This is our podcast song. It isn't very long.
Hi, Sara.
Hi, Kristina. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to Laughing with Gingers.
The podcast where two feisty redheads with loud laughs share crazy stories, play games, and spread silliness and joy.
That little lady who's hanging out in closets across California is Kristina Curry, my partner in crime on Laughing with Gingers.
Yes, I am in a closet for those who can't see. Since it's a podcast. That is Sara Alaping, aka Prankster Monk, which we just replayed a few episodes ago, her origin story. And
which I didn't.
Oh, did you forget?
Forgot.
Oh man. I did momentarily forget and then I remembered.
Well, one of us has to remember. It can't be both. We have now proven both of us cannot remember at the same time.
No. It's too much. I'm so excited for this episode.
You want to tell them why you're excited for this episode?
Okay, I'm excited for this episode because I actually made a quiz for Sara, and it's all about DC, Washington, D.C. facts, and I'm going to quiz her, and I feel like she's probably going to do really good.
Okay, can I tell them why I'm excited for this episode?
Yeah.
Because when this episode drops, Kristina will be at my house right over the border of DC in Virginia. And I today decided we're going to take her up in the Washington Monument because it's reopened. It was closed for a long time because of the earthquake and they had to do some repairs on the elevator and things. I've never done it. It's one of those DC things that most people forget you can even do unless you come in from out of town. So I've never done it. I guarantee you, Erin, our friend and teammate who probably will be with us for that, has never done it either, even though she grew up in this area. Then we're going to go get drinks at POV, which is one of the tallest buildings in DC, at the W Hotel. And the reason that it is, so everything has to be shorter than the Washington Monument. So we have a cap on the number of floors. I am now telling history of DC. And if you have this in your quiz, I apologize.
I don't. Okay. That's why I'm loving
it. But it overlooks the White House, all the monuments. It's got this amazing view, which is why it's called POV. And it's kind of pricey and it's touristy, but whatever. You're going to be in town. You're going to be in my city.
I can't wait. We're in for our businesses that were daytime businesses that we run, but we'll definitely have some fun. We'll definitely post some stories and you can kind of follow us in our real life adventure.
And we're going to have a laughy hour.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. And we might record an episode while she's here. Anyway, that's why we're doing History of DC today, because it is on topic for Kristina will be in DC when this drops.
Yeah. And I needed to learn about the city I'm going into. I have 16 questions for you, so we'll see if we get through them all.
All right. Well, I have a secret for you that I'm going to tell you at the end.
Okay. Ooh, juicy. Okay, number one. I'm so curious if I'm going to stump you or not. Some maybe are probably easy for you. Okay. So these are fill in the blank, some of them, but some of them I made them with true and false. So there's a little break in the middle of them of true and false, which might feel a little easier.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. 2 American presidents kept what kind of animals at the White House? Or I guess animals.
Oh, God.
It's a weird one. I guess I can.
What, llama?
I guess that is pretty broad. Well, it was Herbert Hoover and John Quincy Adams. Does that help?
No.
It starts with an A.
An A. An anteater, an aardvark.
No.
Um, Actually, weird fact outside of that, I think Trump is the only president that didn't have a dog in the White House.
Yeah, I heard that. So it's not weird. I was about to say that's so weird. That's not weird.
It's kind of weird that everyone else had them in a way.
Yeah. Like, have all presidents been a dog president? Like a dog friendly family? I guess so.
I guess so. Jinx. You owe me a soda. I have an alligator. I mean, what?
Yes!
What?
Alligator!
What? I don't know if I should get points for that
Maybe
because
like
I
a half.
seriously wasn't committed to that answer.
You weren't committed and you guessed like 4 other things before that.
2 other things.
Okay, 2 other things.
Why? Why did they have alligators?
I don't know. They had pet alligators, which is like the weirdest thing. Who does that? And where did they keep them? Like, is there a moat?
What state are they from? Yeah, is there a moat? I was gonna ask if they had ponds in the back. I think there is like a lot of stuff on the grounds there. So it's possible there's like a pond. I have no idea. But what state did they come from where it would make sense to have a pet alligator?
Hoover and Adams. And like, I'm thinking in my head, okay.
Adams came from, oh no. Yeah, same Adams. Same Adams family. Not the Adams family. The party president, Adams family.
Party president.
That's from Ginger Spark. If anyone wants to go back and listen to Kristina dub John Adams the party president,
you'll find out why I dubbed
Massachusetts.
him.
Massachusetts is his home state.
Okay, that still doesn't make any sense on why an alligator would then.
I think Massachusetts, or it's Virginia. Oh my God, I have no idea. I'm not good at that kind of history.
All right. Well, half a point you get.
Okay.
Just say, and we'll move on.
Am I working for like cookies in this one, or what am I winning here?
I'll give you like a 20-second longer hug if I see you. You're vying for my love. And affection.
All right.
It shall be written. It is written down now. It must happen.
Oh God. Oh my God. Okay, so Washington, D.C. citizens drink this kind of drink more per capita than any other U.S. state. I'm gonna give you a hint. It's an adult beverage.
So the official drink of DC is a gin Ricky.
Okay.
But I would go ahead and say that I have never actually seen anyone order it and only know that because I photographed a DC themed wedding where that was their signature drink.
Okay, well, I'll give you a hint. It's not that.
I could tell from more per capita than any other state.
It's very surprising.
Bellinis?
What? No, it's wine.
Oh, I thought it was going to be more specific than that. We're big brunchers.
Yeah, you are big brunchers, but you know.
Yeah, brunches are big. Like we do a lot of bottomless mimosas and bottomless bellinis. But I thought mimosa might have been too easy. But wine is surprising because we might be one of the only states where we don't grow, not that it's a state, but where wine is not grown.
Yeah, I would have guessed California for wine.
Yeah,
like
I mean
Napa
and Paso and
yeah, like all the wine country spaces.
Yeah, Virginia's big into wineries. That's another thing that that we do here on weekends.
Tour of the wineries, always a good time.
Any excuse for some day drinking is really what's happening in this area.
Oh, God. Okay, this one I think you're going to get. So, Washington, D.C. uses letters for streets traveling east to west, but numbers are also used for the streets. So, streets traveling north and south are numbered. What letter's missing from the alphabet streets?
J.
Yes. Bonus points if you can remember why is the J missing.
Because it looks too similar to I.
In Old English.
Yes.
Yep. Exactly. They were often actually interchangeable too. So Thomas Jefferson would often use the initials TI, which it says, oddly enough, this is also why there was no J Company during World War II.
Oh, interesting. So there's another piece where diagonally we have state names that run. There's only one state that does not have a street. And the states actually go by number of syllables out from the capital as well. So everything capital is like 0 or whatever would come before A, and everything comes out from the capital. So as you get further away from the capital, you get more or you get fewer syllables.
Interesting.
And do you want to guess what the only state name that is left off is?
Ohio?
It's Washington.
Oh, dang it. That is such a gimme. I don't know why I said Ohio.
But it's so obvious that I feel like you wouldn't think it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Okay, here's one that's super random, weird fact. So the National Cathedral has many gargoyles, but they also have a sculpted head on the northwest tower of what movie character?
Oh my God, what's his name? The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
No.
I can't remember his name.
No.
I have no idea.
It's Darth Vader.
That's hysterical.
Like, why?
Why?
I don't know.
That is hysterical.
Yeah, they said bust out your binoculars and you'll see the sculpted head of Darth Vader up there.
Oh my God. I might have to take you there so we can go look.
Yeah. Yeah. We need some binoculars.
I don't know if we have any. I may have to find some.
I don't own a pair of binoculars. I feel like that's a thing that nobody owns anymore.
Yeah, unless maybe you're a birder.
Have we determined that's what they call themselves, birders? Okay.
There was something else. So birders are actually like, people who are like actually like
bird
into
enthusiasts.
Yeah, but like so it's like real bird watchers. I can't remember why we had the debate about it, and I don't think it was about people who were bird watchers, but maybe people who were like, I don't know,
bird namers. That's what it was. We're like, who are these people naming birds? Because they're like, naming them weirdly.
Who named the blue-footed booby?
Oh my God! Or the cockatiel.
The Andean cock of the rock.
Yeah. Where did that come from, you weirdos? Oh no. Oh God. Okay. There's a crypt under the Capitol building that was made for what president? Although he's not buried there. The crypt is still there. Just a little hint.
Yeah, I don't remember which president is buried there. I do know it's there.
So it was
I want to say
actually
I've been in it.
built for... Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. It was built for George Washington.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. There is one president. Here's that follow-up question. There is one president buried in Washington, D.C. Do you remember who it is?
Okay, so that means they're not buried at Arlington National Cemetery.
They're actually entombed at the Washington National Cathedral, this particular president.
Then I'm going to go with JFK.
That's a good guess, but it was Woodrow Wilson.
He's not, because he's under the internal flame in Arlington. I'm wrong, and I don't know.
Woodrow Wilson. I wouldn't have guessed that. I would not have guessed that. Okay, one more and then we'll take a break. Okay. This one is a uber weird fact. If you get it, I'm going to be impressed. So, there's something that's made of marble in the Capitol building that the senators back in the day used to use during a time where they lived in a boarding house that didn't have running water. So this thing made of marble was installed in 1859. What was it?
I'm going to say it's something that goes in the bathroom, whether it is sink or I'm thinking more likely bathtub.
Final answer?
I'm going to go with bathtub.
Ding, 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 ding.
I kind of wanted it to be toilet.
I know. So they were so smelly because the boarding houses that the senators lived in to be near the White House didn't have running water. So they kept stinking up the joint. So they installed marble bathtubs so they would take baths more often.
I mean, it's hot and humid here in the summer.
And we all know deodorant wasn't invented till 1901. I'll never forget that.
Oh man, and they were rocking like heavy wool clothing and multiple layers.
And they're stuck all day in like the tiny space, or like I guess it's not that tiny, but in like an enclosed space with each other. Ugh.
Yeah, it's pretty airy. It's kind of a shame that I can't take you on a Capitol tour when you're here, but I honestly don't know if they're letting anybody in yet.
I would be surprised if they are.
Yeah, I mean, P.S. Nobody showed up this past weekend for that supposed rally.
Oh, for Trump?
Yeah, nobody showed up.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. I think they need to take our events course so we can teach them how to get attendees. Sorry, Kristina, that's part of our day job thing that she's coming into town for.
We're teaching people how to host and run a successful event. Clearly, Trump needs to take our coursework.
We'll let him know next time we see him. Hopefully never. Sorry. It feels good to not have that negativity in this city. And on that note, we are going to take a fast break on Laughing with Gingers, and we will be right back. And we are back on Laughing with Gingers. I am, of course, Sara Alapin, and I have my little magical co-host, Kristina Curry, with me, who is quizzing me on DC history.
Bum, ba, bum.
And producer Liz, how am I doing?
So far, Kristina needs to give you a 3.33 hug. Second hug. I'm going to require Erin to time that to make sure that that's given correctly.
We'll have her record us. It's going to be the most awkward hug ever.
And a person that studies birds is called an ornithologist, which sounds to me like hornithologist, which makes sense.
The
I'm
bird
just
world
saying
is
with the
weird.
blue-footed boobies,
Bird people are
Andean
weird.
cock of the rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord, oh Lord. All right. Well, let's get back into it. You need to earn
All
those
right.
seconds.
All right.
Okay. True or false? The Washington football team was originally from Washington.
Well, they're not in Washington now. So I'm going to go with false.
Yeah, it's true. The team was actually first based in Boston and then got moved to Washington. But I guess I don't know much about football, so I guess they're not even in Washington. So
They are not. They're in Maryland. And I don't know if I ever told you this story. I know we're trying to keep this episode tight, but can I tell you this? Because this is such an in line with Sarah's story.
Yeah.
And anyone that is in the Washington D.C. area that likes the Redskins is about to stop listening to me forever. So the formerly Redskins. So when I was in fourth grade, we had to write about a cause that we thought was really important to us, to one of our senators. I wrote to the senator about the Redskins and how it was racist and cited all my sources about how it was like a racially inappropriate thing to be calling a football team. And I was in fourth grade. I am 37 years old, people.
It took them
That
this
is
long.
the amount of time change took for my letter to really matter. Just kidding. My letter did not matter at all. But it's so in line with my personality that that's what I did.
Yeah. Listen, letters take a while to move through the system.
There's a reason it's called snail mail.
I know. I wish you took a picture of that letter so we could see it.
I wonder if my parents did anything with that.
Did they
But I was
even send
hard.
it?
Oh, my teacher was supposed to have sent it, so who
I hope
knows?
she did.
Miss Rosenthal, looking at you, lady.
All right. Okay. Another true and false. You're on a roll
Okay.
with true or false. Or, we're one in, but it feels like you are. Okay. True or false? Washington, D.C. gets more rain than Seattle.
I'm going to say true, but I don't believe it in my heart at all.
Okay. It is true. Actually, they get 2 inches more on average than Seattle, which is
Well, we get hit with hurricanes, as you know.
maybe that attributes to 2 more inches on average.
I
Okay.
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. True or false? The DC Metro is the #1 busiest subway system in the U.S., closely followed by New York.
I would say New York is busier. It's got to be false.
Dang it. I was trying to trick you. It's false. DC is the second, though. New York is the first.
Yeah, DC has a really good setup for the Metro. It's much easier to use than New York's, in my opinion.
Oh, well, LA's is real shitty.
It's not good.
It's not good. It doesn't make sense. They drop you off at weird places, and it's not very big. They basically make you sit in traffic in LA. Okay, true or false? The White House originally was called the President's Palace.
I'm going to say false because I don't think it would have been called Palace.
It's actually true.
Really?
Yeah, and until 1901, when President Theodore Roosevelt made it official after it appeared in a newspaper article, the White House was called President's Palace. Others called it President's House, too.
Yeah, I thought it was called President's House or something.
Yeah, so I guess the newspaper article called it the White House, and then he made it official after it was used a bunch when that article came out. Roosevelt finally was like, all right, this is a done deal. I'm calling it. It's the White House.
Isn't he the one who moved Thanksgiving one year too?
That sounds very familiar, and you're probably right. Yeah, we covered it in an episode. Didn't we talk about this in another episode?
If we didn't, we've talked about it in something else, which is weird that we would have had this kind of trivia conversation outside of Laughing with Gingers.
Yeah, I can't see us doing that, but also maybe.
Who knows? We're weird.
I know. Okay, who was the first president to actually live in the White House?
Oh, God. I feel like I know this answer.
I feel that you do know it, and you're going to be like, bah, when I tell
Yeah,
you.
it's going to be one of those where I get it wrong and then I'm like, damn it. I want to say it might have been Thomas Jefferson.
So it was the second president, John Adams, because it wasn't finished being built when Washington died.
Ah.
All right, multiple choice question. How many bathrooms are there in the White House? Is it A, 1 to 10, B, 11 to 20, C, 21 to 30, or D, 31 to 40?
Sorry, say B and C again?
Okay, B
10 to 20 and 20 to 30?
B is 11 to 20 and C is 21 to 30.
So it's definitely not A. I've peed in 2 of them. That would be way too high of a percentage for me for the small amount of space I've taken up in the White House.
I like your deductive skills.
Showing my work here. I'm going to say it's C, 31 to 40.
C, that's D. C is 21 to 30.
Oh. I'm going to go with D.
31 to 40. You are right. There are 35 bathrooms in the White House. That's a lot.
There is a lot more to that place than you think because a lot of it is not above ground.
Right. Well, it says there's 132 rooms, 6 levels in the residence, and 412 doors, which is so weird. 147 windows, 28 fireplaces. That's a lot of freaking fireplaces.
Actually, I think there are fireplaces in almost every room.
That's kind of crazy. Well, there's 132 rooms. 28
Yeah, but
fireplaces.
that's below ground too. So,
Yeah, that's true. You're right. So it's probably all the above ground rooms.
yeah. And I mean, I'm guessing hallways and things like that are not being counted here. But I want to say there might be, I think there are fireplaces in some of the bigger hallways too.
That's so crazy.
I'm going to have to look at some of the pictures from the last time I was there.
Yeah.
Which makes me sound like I just regularly hang out at the White House and pee in the bathrooms.
And bathe in their marble tubs. Okay, this next one is one we should have done on our typo episode, but there was a typo in the original etching of the Lincoln Memorial. Do you know about this?
I do not.
Okay, so then you won't have any clue what the actual word that they misspelled was.
No, I
Okay.
won't. But I am excited to find out.
So it was an accidental E that was chiseled into the beginning of the word future. So it said future.
Future.
Future. And so, how frustrating is that? Literally one little like boop at the bottom of an E and it's all wrong.
Yeah, because it's all capitalized in there.
Yeah. Like that's the world's worst typo. Because now you got to go back over and redo the entire thing.
Yeah, that stinks.
Because it's not like a typewriter where you just write it out. You know, the guy that did it was
backspace on your keyboard.
Exactly. Or just erase. The guy was probably like, fuck. Oh my God. Okay. So, Sarah, I'm sure you know what DC stands for. DC stands for,
District of Columbia.
but what famous person is that meant to actually honor?
I mean, I would say it's Christopher Columbus.
Is that your final answer?
That's going to be my final answer.
You're right.
I don't know who else it could possibly honor.
I don't know either, but listen, stranger things have happened. Yep, the city's named after, it was actually named after Washington and Christopher Columbus. Washington,
Yeah.
D.C. Last question. Oh my God. Okay. In 1999, vandals were suspended for chopping down 4 DC cherry trees. What did it actually turn out to be?
What did what actually
The
turn
chopping
out to be? The
down
trees?
yeah, like they found DC cherry trees, 4 of them chopped down. They thought they were vandals, but it was actually something else.
The people? I'm not sure what the something is.
It's
Is it
an
the
animal.
trees? Is it the people?
No, it's something else chopped down the trees. What was an animal?
Oh. And then I was like, is she talking about, like, was it someone's job and it wasn't actually vandalism? I was so confused.
I'm like, how else do I word this?
Sorry, what year was this?
1999.
Oh. Okay. So I
You were
would have guessed.
alive.
Yeah, I was in high school. It's when the Ravens came to Baltimore. Okay. So while we're tapping into my weird knowledge, so it's not old enough that it would be beavers.
It's
I would
not old
imagine.
enough for what?
Like it wasn't long enough ago that beavers would have been populating DC,
Oh.
hanging out around DC.
Okay.
And were these cherry blossom trees?
It just says DC cherry trees.
I feel like they were cherry blossom trees, which is a much bigger deal than and also tells you where they are located in the city.
Mm-hmm.
You said it's an animal, but it seems like it would be bugs.
So is your final answer, it's bugs, not a beaver?
You know what? I'm gonna go with beaver just because it's the best visual that I can imagine.
Instead of a bunch of like cicadas gnawing away at a tree.
Yeah, I'd rather not think about that. I just went through that. I don't want to relive that right now.
It's actually beavers. I love when you're like, I don't think it's not beavers. I'm like, I was trying to give it away. Oh my God. Well, what's our final score?
And looks like, Kristina, you owe Sara. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, you owe Sara a 9.33 second hug.
9.33. Got it. All right. Mark that in your calendar.
It's going to be extra awkward because it'll be at the airport.
They're going to be like, why are these ladies holding up the line?
Airport security is going to come and tell us to move it along.
Move your car, ladies.
I feel like you're going to want to hug longer, though, too.
Yeah, probably.
Remember your hug when we went to Tennessee? It was way longer than 9 seconds.
I have no concept of time, so it could have been 9 seconds for me. I have no idea.
Long 9 seconds.
I think Liz probably knows because she was waiting to hug me.
Yes! It took forever.
I know, I snuck in there right away. I'm like, well, that was super fun. Thanks for playing, Sarah.
Yeah, thanks for putting this together. You want to know my secret?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So one of my classes I had to take for my master's degree was the history of Washington, D.C.
You should have done better. I'm kind of disappointed in your knowledge here.
Yeah, so we learned some trivia stuff, but the most we learned was the civil rights movement.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, and I had weird trivia too. I doubt that's stuff they cover in school.
Some of it was like navigating the city, the names of the different like neighborhoods, why they were named like specific things. History of like the tallest building in DC is the Cairo, which is in DuPont Circle, right next to, it's like 3 blocks down from where I used to live. And it's 16 stories, and that's when they passed the law that you couldn't go above. I think it's 13.
Shut it down.
Yeah, so I have a lot of weird knowledge, but it is not the weird knowledge you brought. So
Okay, good. I was afraid you'd like murder it and be like 100% all the way through.
I'm curious
it was
because
challenging.
it was definitely challenging. Thank you so much for putting it together. You did a great job. I am curious, so I want to hear from our listeners on this. And you can hit us on Instagram and let us know. When we play games, do you root for Kristina and root against me? I'm so curious because over at the Scary Movie Project, I always root for Tara to pull one over on Matt. And I have like certain podcasts I listen to where I'm like, you got to get him. You got to get him. And I think I'm that person. So I'm very curious.
I root for Kristina.
And it's fair. I respect it. In fact, I encourage it. But I don't know if it's the right sample size because you are family.
Yeah.
No, it's mostly because usually you're better. I always root for the underdog.
So that's why I'm wondering if everyone else feels like that too. So let us know over on our Instagram at Laughing with Gingers, because I just want to know. We should do a poll, Kristina, when this drops, if people are actually rooting for you or if they just don't root. I'm also curious.
Oh my God. I'm so curious. We should definitely do a poll.
Yeah. We'll have to survey you all and let your voices be heard. We want to know if you're quietly rooting for me to get all the answers wrong and for Kristina to get them all right.
Or it's mostly like you're rooting for me to get them right and you're rooting for Sara to trick me.
Yeah, I think I would root for you, Kristina. I think I actually do when we're playing games. I think I actually cheer for you, and I'm like, she's gonna get this one. Come on, you're gonna get it.
Parliament.
Kristina, what's a group of capybaras called?
Oh, dang it. Something funny and fun. I can't remember. Damn it.
Who's our sponsor? One of our sponsors?
Wag? No. Chill pause. I'm like, what?
Okay, so I gave you a big hint. It's 50%
a chill.
See, I am rooting for you.
I was rooting for you on my quiz, Sara.
Aw, thanks, Kristina.
All right. Well, this was fun. And yeah, thanks everyone for joining us on another episode of Laughing with Gingers.
We are so happy that you're listening to our silly podcast. And as you're listening to this episode, I am so happy that I will have Kristina here in real life.
Follow us on Instagram at Laughing with Gingers, and we're gonna post probably a whole bunch of stories. So follow us, and you can see our in real life adventures.
Yes, so exciting. And you can submit trivia topics, funny stories, ideas, or just crap you want us to share. Like, we love it. So let us know on our Instagram.
And get access to premium content, including ad-free episodes, swag, special events, access to us, and more, starting at just $3. You can check us out at patreon.com/laughingwithgingers.
And shout out to our newest patron, Jill.
Jill Curry. Woo, woo, woo. She's going to get a special handwritten note from us.
Which, if she listens to this episode, she will not be surprised, but maybe we can stall her.
Yeah. She's behind. She just texted me today a picture of her. It's a Bitmoji of her with some pigs laughing. And I was like, I don't get it. And she said, oh my gosh, I'm listening to the episode where you guys are with, who is that? What's your friend's name that did the trivia with, or the songs with
Pickles?
Pickles, yeah. And
with Maddie?
Yeah. No. He was playing songs, but sung differently.
Oh,
remember?
Chuckles.
Chuckles, that's
Chuckles.
it. Chuckles.
That's the Pennsylvania town name one.
Yeah. And he played a song where it was chickens singing a song. So my mom thought, I'll send a Bitmoji of me laughing with pigs.
Oh my God. I love her.
So anyway, she was listening to that episode. My point is she's behind. So she'll get this in like a few months. We're safe.
Or she's re-listening over and over again.
Yeah, exactly. That could be true too. All right. Well, anyways, tune in to Laughing with Gingers next week for some more good times.
We'll catch you later. Bye everybody.
Bye.